Hello everyone, welcome to Little Meatballs Nursery. I'm Sandra. Welcome if you're new here and welcome back if you're returning. So hey guys, how is everybody? It is Wednesday, right? Is it Wednesday? Listen, I think it's Jack, is it Wednesday? You sure? Yeah. Um so I know that may sound odd. But my kids are off all week, so the days kind of just blend together when they have off of school. But anyway, um, so it is Wednesday. I hope everybody's enjoying their week, and it is rather cold here today. It snowed last night. I woke up, I was so cold in the middle of the night. And I wind up what happened was I fell asleep on the couch with Danny because we were playing Roblox till like midnight last night. And I usually do not let him stay up that late. But again, it's vacation week. So I figured, I was up because I was just worried about a bunch of things again. That's Sandra's life lately. And I think though, when I say that though, it's like, you kind of go through all different types and kinds of worry, especially when you have kids. And only people, would understand that if they kind of go through it themselves. I mean, I could explain it 1,000 times to somebody, but you really don't fully understand unless you've raised children yourself. How difficult it could be, how trying times could get, but we always make it through, and that's what we're gonna continue to keep on doing. And anyway, not that anybody's sick or anything like that, we're all good, just things. But anyway, so sorry, Danny's been extra close to me lately. And I mean, he's always, wants to, play and do things with you. And I would say lately, though, he's been learning a little bit more here and there to kind of play by himself, because Danny usually likes to, even if he's playing alone, he kind of likes to be sitting next to someone, or, have somebody in the room, or, something like that. But he's only 8 years old, so. Anyway, so last night, I was up later, a lot later than usual. And if you got the lucky chance to watch my video that I actually made yesterday, but it was like a 2.5 hour video, and it didn't upload till very late last night. Like, I would say maybe 10 it uploaded at, or around there, something like that. I know it was very late. And so I had it up overnight, and then I realized it just wasn't getting, I don't know, very many views, so I wanted to take it down and then just kind of redo a shorter one today. And so that's what I did. So I deleted that one, but if you were lucky enough to watch that one, which I know a close handful of you did, is that how you say it? A close handful? Yes. So then you would know that I've been struggling with some health issues of my own lately, and I was in the hospital day before yesterday, and basically things are getting worse but not being fixed. So, and a lot of that has to do with, I have to you know, make a move, step in the right direction so that I'm able to get the things fixed that I need to get fixed. Easier said than done. But I am moving in the correct direction, and I have several doctor's appointments coming up in March, early March, mid-March. Starting with my mammogram. That is first on the list, and then from there we move to sleep study, and then the weight loss surgeon, and hopefully hopefully I'm hoping my insurance will pay for one or the other, right? At this point, it's whatever the insurance pays for, then okay, then great, we're good to go. And whatever, I don't want to say, I don't want to just say it like that. It is, it's a look, whichever route I take, it's a lifelong journey. Weight loss always is, when you have, especially when you struggle, and I've struggled my entire life. So, for me to think that now all of a sudden at almost 50 years old is going to be, oh, you know, it's now is when it's going to be easy. No, it's not. It's not. Um, so it's still going to be, a struggle, but at least I'm going in the right direction, to be able to have a healthier life, because with the way things are going and how I seem to be breaking down like the damn tin man over here, needing my oil can every goddamn morning. I'm sorry. I don't like to, I shouldn't say it like that. Sorry. Sometimes I forget that, I have a lot of viewers that are very religious, and I don't like to do that. Anyway, um, so it's just, yeah, it's just been a struggle right now, guys. It's not been the best of weeks for me. I would say the past like 2, 3 weeks have been like just, not the greatest, not the best. I've been better. But still, it's just like a different kind of different kinds of stressors, different kinds of things. Nothing that like I've had, before. Like, it's just different when it's your own health and you worry and you have children, and you worry that, look, this isn't a joking matter, like things, and when things kind of it's just guys, please. Um I am also going to be dealing with some, just a lot. It's just a lot, guys. And so last night, Danny said, Mommy, can we have a sleepover party in the living room? I said, sure, why not? And I was up already, late. And so me and Danny had dinner together, and we had ramen, which we love anyway. Well, he loves ramen. I won't usually eat ramen. But I will put it like with soy sauce and mayo. And I know a lot of people are probably like, ew, that's disgusting. How could you eat that? It it's just a little trick I learned from one of my sisters. And you could maybe guess where she got that recipe from. Or maybe not. I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe other people, a lot of people do it that way. I don't know. Hey, it tastes good. It tasted good. I mean, I just, I didn't want to make things harder on Jason last night, to cook something, and he wasn't feeling the best neither. So I said, you know what, I'll just have ramen with Danny. And it turned out actually to be really nice. It was nice. We laughed, we had fun together, just me and him. Um, so we were sitting at that table. We ate ramen. We played Roblox. We had pumpkin pie. Jason had made a homemade pumpkin pie yesterday, and that was another reason why I was like, take it easy tonight with the dinner, because you already made dessert. And a lot of times Jason enjoys it very much, cooking and stuff, and that's why I allow him to do it. Not that I allow him, he enjoys it, and I don't mind, I don't mind if he wants to cook, because I've cooked for so many years that it's like, I used to cook just about every night, when we were first together, when all through the years of like me with my mother-in-law, we were always in the kitchen, always cooking something. And then my mom would come over, and we would cook, and it was like a bonding thing, too, for me, my mom and my mother-in-law all together. And my mom loved my mother-in-law, and she loved her. It was really nice, because a lot of times in-laws don't get along with your parents, and that kind of takes them away from your family, especially if you have boys, because with girls they usually stay with their mother, except in my case I didn't. I was out of there. um but anyway, um so my point being that I didn't, I just told him, me and Danny had a fabulous time yesterday. It was so peaceful and calm and happy and laughing, and it was just great. And we played Roblox like till midnight, I want to say. I know I was texting Amanda a lot last night. Um, and we just me and Amanda have a lot of heart to heart talks. Um, and I feel in a way, because she is so close in her relationship to God, that and I don't want to cry, which I probably will anyway. Um she kind of, has, I feel, a lot more insight with some things. Not to say that any of my other friends don't believe in God, but I feel like Amanda is kind of on a higher level of just, I don't want to say higher, but just different, of just, the understanding of things, and the steps that we go through in life and with changes, just with a lot of things. And so, I truly, cherish friendships that I make, whether they be, here on YouTube or in person, which I can't say that I've had an actual friend in person for years. But that's by no fault except my own, because I don't like to leave my house. Um, but I don't think I have an issue making friends outside the house. It's getting me out of the house that's the issue. So, if you were lucky enough to watch my video from last night or yesterday, whatever, you heard me tell a lot of stories from the ER, the untold stories of the ER. And I was just kind of explaining, I'm not going to go into great detail like I did yesterday. I'd be here forever again. But just explaining how, basically how the world has just gone to shit recently. Basically, in a nutshell, even in the hospitals anymore, even in the emergency room. I mean, I witnessed firsthand, like, elderly, sick, really sick patients that were basically begging for help in that ER. And you know the front desk people were just, they were younger too, younger kids, like, just yapping away at the desk. And they would hear somebody, ask for help, and they would put their finger up, like 1 second. Or and it wasn't that they were talking about other patients. I just want to get that straight right off the bat, because I heard them talking a lot of the times, because I was sitting closer up to the desk. um they were talking about music and parties, and I couldn't believe it. And to the point where I think I might put in a complaint for the hospital waiting area, because I will tell you this. They would ask several times, and so that's how I knew they were aware that people were asking them for help. And then the girl would put her hand up, and she'd be like this, like the elderly people that were there were like, it was a bother for her to even, like, they were bothering her conversation. And I was getting so upset and frustrated, because it may be hard to believe, but when I am out in a public setting like that, I'm not usually as outgoing as I am here. So, where, yes, I will speak up if need be, but I don't go out and, get my nose involved in every situation that I hear, because that's, no, I'm not going to do that. Um, but if somebody needs, you know, um, help, I will, speak up for them. And so now, mind you, I was there for an urgent issue, which could have been an emergency issue, but that's why I went, right? To make sure it wasn't, which I'll just brief you on that in a second in case you missed my video. Um, so she, there was actually two different ladies, older ladies, that one of them I started speaking to like prior to her asking them for help. Um, but then there was another lady in there that had said she felt sick, and she was trying to ask them for, like, they have those bags in the ER or wherever that you, in case you're going to throw up, vomit bags, whatever, they hand you back. So she was telling them, and they heard her. She said, I'm going to throw up, because she said it loud enough that, several people heard. And I just could not believe. And so the third time she asked, I said to myself, fuck this. And I got up, even though I was not supposed to be bending, okay, or anything. I got up and I went up to the front desk and I grabbed one of the vomit bags and a new box of tissues. I looked straight at that receptionist, whoever is at the front desk. I looked dead in her eyes and I just gave her the nastiest look, and I went right to the lady and I said, here you go, ma'am. You need this. I heard you say you were sick. And she said, oh, thank you so much. And then she started, like, you could tell, like, it made her time more, like she felt a little more at ease, I think, because she felt ignored. And I think whether you're in a public setting or you're on YouTube or you're talking to a friend, ignoring somebody, especially for a long period of time, is the worst thing you could absolutely do. Okay? It makes the person feel unseen, unheard, and not that important. And sometimes what I'm realizing in my life is that sometimes even strangers are more willing to offer you a hand than people you may know. So it's like, and I was telling that to Jason too. I was talking to him this morning, that of course family is family, okay? But because he's always trying to get me to talk to my sister, my youngest sister, the one that I haven't spoken to in a couple years now. Well, probably a little longer. I haven't spoken to her since I tried talking to her after my mother passed away, even knowing the information that I did know. I still I tried to just say, you know what, mom's gone. There's nothing I could do to change that. Nothing's going to bring her back. So maybe I should try to talk to my sister. And I tried. But some people just have a disconnect. They just don't get it. They just don't understand you. And it doesn't mean that either person's wrong. It just means that you see things differently. You handle things differently. Everybody has different personalities, and everybody's unique, right? And so I guess, you can't say one's wrong, one's right. It's just different. It's a different way of looking at things. And so I was trying to give my sister the benefit of the doubt. I was like, okay, maybe she's, she lived with mom. Maybe she's seen something I didn't. Maybe, And the thing about it is that as soon as she started to try to tell me stories about my mother, negative stories about my mother, what I had realized is that she was only trying to make herself look better so she can have a relationship with me. And that hurt, because I knew then and there that I had to cut her off. I could not keep myself in a, toxic relationship just because she's blood related, you know? Um, as soon as she started like talking crap about my mom, I said to myself, no, no, no. I'm not going to allow this because at this point, right, you can't, it's kind of like that where you can't unsee certain things. You can't unhear certain things. And it's like if you're going to start telling me things that I really don't know anything about, um and so that'll stay in my head, but at the same time, I I don't I want to remember my mother as I remember her, as the good that she brought to the world, as the good she brought to me. Because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be sitting here today, and I wouldn't have three beautiful boys of my own, so that's the part that really got to me, is when she started talking smack about my mom. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this, Michelle. I cannot do this, Michelle. I'm not doing it with you again. Okay? I'm going to preserve the memory I have with my mom. If you are going to choose to talk these bad things about our mother, when she's not even here any longer, my thing is, she never told me these stories when my mom was alive. So why would she decide to tell me them now that she's gone? And that's what made me think these stories aren't even true. Because a couple of the ones that she was trying to tell, I would have been there for. The timing, the dates, like she would say Christmas of this year or Christmas of, whatever, 90, whatever it was. And I just listened, and I kind of didn't say, oh no, Michelle, you're lying, or no, Michelle, you did, because people just reveal themselves that way. You don't have to necessarily say anything. It's like a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? I mean, and it's also a feeling you get. It's like I knew in my heart that, and believe me, my mom has done her fair share of shit throughout her life. Okay? As have we all. Nobody is an angel. Okay? Even Amanda. Despite what what she puts out there, I'm just messing with you, Amanda. I love you, girl. You know that. I just feel like nobody is an angel on earth, I mean, it's a saying, it's a saying that, people are too kind or too nice, or they just, and there are some people that are genuinely like that. And then, there are others that aren't. And so, I just chose to not believe what my sister was saying about my mother, because I knew my mother. I knew my mother like the back of my hand. I knew my mother. You know, um I'm the oldest, okay, of four kids. I knew her. Um and yes, people do change, or they can change over time. I agree with that too. Not just for the worse, but for better as well. So, um, but it just did not, it just, when things don't add up, they usually, that's it. That's just it. And so I chose to not talk to my sister again. And, anyway, Moral of the story is, don't be an asshole if you work in the ER. Okay? Don't be an asshole if you work with people that are sick, elderly, that need your attention, and not when you're done talking about the latest hits on Pandora. You know, let's talk about, that was actually the cab driver on the way home. That was her list, the Pandora list. But um you know what I mean. You get the idea. It's like, they seen me get up to get that for that woman. And I'm not trying to get any, like, brownie points here or anything. I'm just letting you guys know that it's just, that's the way the world has become. That it's more important to check a message, to look up the hottest, new outfit on Sheen or Temu or whatever the hell it's called. Um, than it is to be in the moment with your family, your friends, your children, things that, used to seem so simple is like the hardest shit for this younger generation to do now. And um like, if I could go back in time, I think I would go back to the moment where cell phones were invented. And I would stomp on that motherfucker. Not the person that invented it, the first cell phone. I would step on the prototype, is what I would do. Stomp on the prototype, and that would be it. I mean, at this point, I really wouldn't have to do much stomping. I could probably just step on it and it would be gone. That's it. Oh, poof, that's it. Gone forever. Hey, look, if you can't laugh at yourself, then, then you have a problem. You gotta be able to laugh at yourself. You gotta be able to laugh at yourself, laugh with yourself, laugh just in general, laugh. Because life is too fucking short. It's too short. And like I said, I had some really nice conversations with people in that ER room. And most of them, except for one, was elderly. And anyway. So just, lend a helping hand when you can, even if you're not feeling the best yourself. And it's okay. Let's just let that, because then I start talking. So I will just give you a quick diagnosis, or not diagnoses, but just quick overall view quickly. So basically, because I already had hernia. And so basically they're trying to tell me that my CAT scan looks exactly the same as it did 2 years ago. Yet, visibly, like not through a scan, visibly, it has gotten a lot worse. So basically, the tear in my abdomen, where the hernia is pushing through, has gotten bigger, that hole, and so it's allowing for more to push through. And when I obviously am laying flat for a CAT scan, it's all back into place. So yes, it looks exactly the way it did. And that's why I was asking the doctor when she came in, the nicest, sweetest doctor, by the way. This doctor, I actually felt like she heard me, and she felt the pain I was in. Okay. And she heard what I was saying, but there was just nothing she could do there. She even, she said she talked to the surgeon there, and he just was unwilling to operate at that time because it wasn't technically an emergency. That being said, she says, obviously, the regulars, if you start to see the area turn blue, or if you cannot poop, or if you, then come back immediately. Um, but anyway, so I made sure, because usually, especially in ER, but any doctor's office nowadays, they don't even really examine you. They ask you, or they read what the nurse wrote down, or whoever you spoke with initially, and then they will say, okay, well, this is what we could do, or what we can't. But they rarely ever will sit you on the the office, the table anymore. Like, whatever happened to going to the doctor and they actually, put gloves on, and they actually just get right in there and be like, all right, show me what it is, where it hurts, what's going on. But no, they don't even do that anymore. So it's like, if you don't specifically ask them, hey, look, you got to really look at this, doc. Like, you have to check this out. They won't even bother. So you have to, it's so important to be vocal in your appointments. And what I'm finding is, as I get older and I go, it's like you kind of forget everything that you want to say, or things that you've been feeling. Because I don't know about you guys, but 9 out of 10 times, once I'm in the doctor's office, I don't feel those same things that I was feeling yesterday, or last week, or last month. But they could be important things that the doctor needs to know in order to, know what tests to send you for, or know, what medications to give you, or just anything. So it's like, that's why I started writing everything down. But then by the time I got to my doctor's appointment, and I pull out this notepad, and they're like, okay, what brings you in today? And I start telling them, reading off all these things that I have felt all month long. They look at me like, okay, well, we only have a 20-minute visit today, and pick what's like the most important thing right now. And it's like, well, I mean, what do what like, what am I supposed to pick? What do I pick? Maybe we should just throw it all in a raffle, right? Throw it all in a ball. Throw it all in a Valentine's Day bag, huh? Because we are going to pick the winner of the Valentine's Day secret giveaway that I had. So I am not at 900 yet. So but I told you guys that regardless of if I was or not, I was still doing this giveaway. Okay? So that doesn't make a difference to me. That's, it's just a number. So I will, however, say that once I do reach that, I don't know how I want to do this exactly, because it's not going to take that long. Like, I think I have 8 to go. So I don't know if I want to break this up, and I should have consulted with my bestie first. The last giveaway I did, it was a collab giveaway with me and Christina. We did for the holiday season. And so we did that one, and that was the last giveaway I did. And now we're in mid-February. So I want to try to bring, like, in between, when I'm able to, of course. Like, I'm not going to obviously, go above and beyond what I could do. But I want to have more giveaways this year, just as a give back, to all of you that come in and watch. It's a nice reward too, especially for putting up with me. Anything's a nice reward for that. Again, I joke with myself, but anyway. So I don't know if I want to, and I'm still undecided, and I guess I really won't know until um I think, because it's still mid-February. What was today's date anyway, guys? Let me check, because this is okay, this is how it's going to work. This is how it's going to work. We're going to pick a winner right now. Well, today. I'm not going to say right now because I want to introduce you to my baby first here. Um so what is today's date? Um the 18th. Okay. So, let me get a sip of my coffee over here. So the 18th. Okay. We're going to pick a winner today for sure. Um that prize will not be mailed out until March 1st anyway. So, still got like 12 days about. Oh, this is a short month. So, it's still got a little ways. Anyway, so the idea of picking it early was so that like I can, talk with the winner, give them a chance to get in contact with me, and then kind of go back and forth as to what they would like for their prize, because there is no set prize, it's just a set amount. So, so what we're going to do is we're going to pick a winner, and then if I get to my 900 subscriber mark on or before the 1st of March, then the prize will be doubled. Okay, the value. If I happen to not reach the 900 by March 1st, then it will just be the regular Valentine's prize, which is still going to be nice. Okay. But the reasoning for that is I don't want to like do the giveaway prize now and then like I would rather, in other words, I would rather do one bigger, bigger valued surprise for someone than do two smaller ones, is what I mean. So that's how we're going to do it. But, if I don't reach it, then we'll just leave it at that. And then whenever I do, then we'll revisit what that prize will be. So, for now, I'm going to show you everybody's name. I think we had 10 or 11 entries, but I'm going to go over the names with you. And so basically what you had to answer in the comments, not in this video though, it's closed. It was closed this morning. But so basically what you had to answer was, what is your favorite Valentine's Day candy? And then put a little candy emoji. It could have been a chocolate bar, a lollipop, a candy, whatever, a candy cane, I don't care. But yeah, that's all you had to do. And you had to be 18 years older. 18 years older. You had to be 18 years older than Matilda over here. 18 years or older and live in the USA and be subscribed to my channel. So, yeah, we're going to get straight to that right now. Let me first introduce you to Matilda over here. Well, I already introduced her, but at that time she did not have her hair in such a beautiful style. Now, oh, she's dropping her dolly. Oh, hold on. Okay, so it's taken me a minute to kind of get used to styling mohair again, because like I said, back in the day, I had quite a few dolls with the mohair. Ziggy Kid was a favorite. I always forget to mention Ziggy Kid, but they were among my favorite dolls as well. But anyway, so the mohair is a little bit hard to tame, number one, and it's a little bit hard to manage like with styling and stuff. So I did wind up washing this wig not once but twice, because the first time I tried to re-glue it to her hair, I used the quick dry tacky glue, and don't recommend that at all. I think if you're trying to glue a wig or something like this. What's going to happen is, especially with a clear cap wig like this is, what was happening was, even though I put a thin layer around the rim, it's still kind of, when you press down, it kind of seeped up into the cap itself, and was coming through that, and then attaching, the glue was attaching itself to the roots of the mohair. From the outside, you could see it. So, and it said it dries clear, which it says it dries within like minutes, and it did not. It was still very tacky, Eileen. Very tacky, Eileen. So, yeah, I don't recommend that. So before it did fully like set or dry, because I didn't know what would happen, and I did not want to ruin the cap any more than I had, because I did get a little tear in thank God it was towards the back. But I did fix that with a little bit of the glue I wound up using, which happened to be hot glue. I used a hot glue gun, and I looked it up before doing it. And now I remember I used to glue the Apple Valley dolls. Because I would buy the kits, like this was back in the day. I would buy the kits and then put them together myself. Because I would order all different faces. Like this was it's called Apple Valley Doll Works Company. And so you can, they had like an online catalog and a regular, catalog that they mail you in the mail. This is back when there was web TV. I don't know if anybody remembers web TV, but it was like the dial-up type internet service. And you could only get on it if you had this special web TV monitor box, to, dial up to it, and anyway, that was like that was the first or very early years of starting to collect with my mother-in-law. But we did get our first dolls off of QVC. And those were the Lloyd Middleton Chloe dolls. I will never forget those dolls. Actually, I ordered, it was Today's Special by Lloyd Middleton. It was Haley and Harmony. She had the blonde curls all over, and so I ordered her Today's Special, and then I ordered another Lloyd Middleton. Cheryl Dawn was her name, I remember. Then we got matching dolls that were named Chloe. But that was with QVC. Hold on one second. So yeah, that was back in the days of like QVC, HSN, when they had a lot of the dolls. And then what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So then me and my mother-in-law started, looking on eBay and stuff. She used to stay up all night looking for dolls and Care Bears and all kinds of gummy bears and whatever. Yeah, she would buy anything on eBay, anything doll related or plushie related or anything like that. So anyway, so then yeah. So then we started collecting. From there, we got like the Apple Valley. Yeah, so Apple Valley Doll Works. So you can get a catalog, and then you can pick. They had a bunch of different options for the face, and then once you pick the face, you get to pick like the color eyes that you want them to do. Now they do the eye placement. They glue on in the eye, so you didn't have to do that. So you would pick like the eye color. These are German glass eyes. They had like the acrylic ones, but they looked real. Like it was, the quality of them was, I remember my favorite combo was the ocean green eye color with a carrot red curly Becky wig, it was called, with the pigtails, with the banana curls. And I loved that, especially on certain faces. So what you would do is you would pick the face that you wanted, pick the eye color. There was like, I don't know, I would say like at least 12 different eye colors. And then you would pick the wig style and color that you wanted with the kit. And then body style. So they had 3 different ones: straight leg toddler, a bent leg toddler sitting, and then they had a baby style, which the baby was able to suck her thumb, I believe. But you could put any body with any face. It didn't matter. But they did have a couple faces that were specifically designed to be able to suck their thumb, which I did have 2 of those. But I didn't really like them because at the time I had the Lee Middleton dolls that had the open mouth so they could suck their thumb, or a pacifier. And I used to love the pacifiers they came with. Really, really nice. They were like the original one piece, clear rubber type. Like they had one in pink, one in blue, and one in green, or yellow. It was yellow. And they were like the Gerber brand. And originally they actually used Gerber brand, but then they started making their own, which would say like the name, of the company on the front, and then they weren't see-through anymore. Then they became more of like a kind of cloudy type blue. And anyway, I didn't, the earlier days were always the best with the dolls, So, yeah, so we started, collecting that way with those dolls. And anyway, so I used to glue my own wigs on the doll when they would get there, for Apple Valley, because it would come in like pieces, the doll. And so then you would get your own polyfill, and we didn't weight the dolls then because it got too expensive at that point. I think you could buy poly pellets from but it made the kit cost a lot more that way, believe it or not. So we just kind of went for the straight up polyfill. We used to buy really big bags of it, and my mother-in-law was into arts and crafts big time anyway, and she would make her own pillows and all kinds of stuff. So she always had the polyfill on hand anyway. So then you could also order, so the doll would come together, not together, up in pieces, and you put it together. So we'd have all different faces with different eye colors and hair combos. And then you could even order the outfits direct from the the catalog. So you can order different dresses. They had like 10 different dresses, and some boys' outfits as well. And then shoes. I used to love Apple Valley shoes, Apple Valley Doll Work shoes, because they had the cutest little Mary Janes with like the little flower kind of cutouts at the toe area. They had sandals. They had a lot of different shoes, sneakers. They had a lot of different shoes. But I absolutely loved doing those Apple Valley dolls. Then you could also, obviously, if you wanted the doll to come completed, you could, like, a lot of people would buy, like I was buying, like, the kits like that. And there were quite a few people on, like, Doll Talk or Doll Chatter that would list in, like, the services, like, whatever services goods, they would buy these dolls with a case, the separate heads, separate wigs, and then you would be able to pick through them, and they would complete the doll for you, dress the doll, send a box opening. Back then we didn't call it that, it was just extras, the whole thing. And everything would be just one cost. Like if you wanted just one completed full doll, dress with the extra outfit and shoes, whatever. And it was still affordable that way, but it really depended on if you, like, in other words, if I was to buy it separately, like, I could make two dolls for the price that the person would charge to sell the completed one doll. So that's why a lot of times it was worth us just doing it on our own. Um, as long as you knew how to use a hot glue gun and zip ties, you were good. Um, so, um, it took me a minute to kind of figure out how to style the mohair again. Um, and it was kind of wild there for a few days. I just did this style.
She was nice.
Yeah, I just did this before I got on here, so um but yeah, her eyes are gorgeous too. The blue glass, the German glass eyes. They did such high-end dolls in Germany back in the day, and that's where um the Hempstead dolls were made. That's where the goats, Zap, um, a lot of the companies. They had Masterpiece dolls. Those were all originally, anyway, I want to say. I think eventually, well, her dolls were always, um, first they were made in Spain, the very first ones. Then the production, as her company grew, production moved to Germany. Um, Same for the other companies. Well, no. Sorry, Zap Goats. They all originated in Germany. Um, Middleton, Lloyd, and Lee were both based in Ohio, USA. And when I tell you that eventually Lee Middleton dolls, after she had passed away, and it was mostly Reva Schick who was doing the face sculpts, and they had a handful of other artists that came in to make face sculpts as well, but none of them ever did as well as the Reva Schick kits did. Not kits, sculpts, because it was a completed doll. But anyway, and Lee Middleton Company, they used a lot of the same. They got very repetitive, so they would use the same face molds several different times. I mean, more than several. Just different hair eye combo, and move it from a baby body to a toddler body and back and forth and all that stuff. But you know after that, they moved production to China, and once production hit China, I stopped collecting the Lee Middleton dolls. In my opinion, the quality went way down and the prices went way up. So that didn't make very much sense to me neither, is that they were trying to, cut costs and keep the prices lower for the customer, but yet they stayed the same, I think, for a little bit. But the quality just sucked. It just was not there. The eye color in itself, you can tell, like, that's what really turned me away. Was two main things: was the eye color, especially the blue. um it looked like the doll had no life in it whatsoever. It looked like, I don't, like, just like it was staring into space. It didn't matter what sculpt it was on. So it was very lifeless, the eyes. And also the vinyl color was way different. It was so pale that it just looked like a ghost doll. And so I stopped collecting. I just couldn't do it. And by that time anyway, honestly, I had moved on to, bigger and better dolls. So it was like, okay. And I was very heavily into the Masterpiece dolls. Oh my gosh. I think those had to be one of my favorite toddlers of all times, besides the Hempstead dolls. They just were so beautiful, and they look so real. And I had my whole little army in my bedroom um, of those dolls. I absolutely love them. The one drawback to those that I would say is the only drawback really, is they were very heavy. So they were jointed, and because most of them were full body vinyl, um, they were very heavy as well. They were constructed really, really well, and they held up. Oh my gosh, they were gorgeous. Nothing like, now when I say that, okay, so if anybody has had that the toddlers from Ashton Drake in recent years, um the one in the like oh my god, it's like a green and white like apron kind of dress, green and white, and then she has her hair in pigtails, blonde straight pigtails, blue eyes, and she's smiling, I believe. I had her before. I think her name was Louisa, I want to say. Louisa, and then the brother, they made a boy one, twin, and then a ballerina girl that had a different face. Um yeah, I believe she had a different face. But anyway, so now they're like 28 to 32 inches. Some of them got used to get even bigger, a lot bigger. But for Ashton Drake, I mean, I believe they're 28 to 32 inches. But anyway, so they also have the full body vinyl, and they are heavy. But the vinyl itself, the quality of it is way different through Ashton Drake than it is a numbered, made in Germany masterpiece doll. So, it's kind of like the difference in, even though it's not like a replica, okay? It's kind of like that comparison where, you have your authentic toddlers and then you have replica toddlers. And you're going to notice a difference in the vinyl, the way it feels, the quality of it. So all those things, really, show a difference is what I mean. But anyway, so all that big story just to tell you that I'm learning how to style the mohair again. So this is Matilda, everybody, and she is an authentic Annette Hempstead doll. And she was born in 2003. And she was actually a exclusive club doll. So you can only purchase this doll, this particular one, if you belonged to the club. And there was a fee that you had to pay. And then you get like a certificate and a little bracelet and all that. I belonged to the Lee Middleton Doll Club. Every year you had to renew your membership, and they would send you like a new gift set of some kind. And you got first exclusives to certain dolls. And so I'm imagining that's how it was with her as well. And I did look up some information about her because she did not come with her certificate. And she does have a very low numbered edition is very low. So yeah, she was only available to club members. So she is even more rare and more exclusive. And the deal I got on this doll, I'm not even going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you guys because the doll is absolutely gorgeous. And something is only worth as much as what the next person is willing to pay. So, me saying a price is really not going to make a difference. If somebody really wants her, then they'll buy her. And, usually I'll say 8 out of 10 times, I lose a drastic amount of money on any doll that I resell. There are a couple of dolls, no, I want to say 3, that really stick out in my head as money makers, okay? Personally, that I've had that I have resold. And I did not resell them thinking I was going to make that at all. 2 of them, no, all 3 sold on Mercari. So with Mercari, they charge you fees. They charge you this and that, especially if you have shipping included in your price. And, they take out the seller's fee and all this other stuff, tax and whatever. So I always, and plus, if your item doesn't sell right away, you could hit like the promote button and it will, say, okay, you want to make an offer to the people that liked your listing. And a lot of times it will just take a certain amount off, or you can say, okay, well, I want to take 20% off the price. Or anyway, point being that I always start a lot higher than what, I'm expecting to get. So if I know that I want a certain amount for a doll, like I won't walk away without making at least this much, then I could kind of adjust it and I kind of just add money to that price, okay? Now, with these 2 particular reborn dolls, I knew that they were both long sold out limited edition kits. I had the COAs. They were full limb dolls. And I decided to list them. So I listed them again, not thinking that they were going to sell at that price. So with one of them, I actually had people writing to me saying, can you please hold this doll for me for like till next week? I'll pay you an extra $100. And I hadn't realized, I was like, whoa. And mind you, I had already asked, for more for the fees and stuff. And so, this one particular doll was, I think it was, I don't know why I always call it Junus, but I don't think that's what it was anymore. But it was by that same sculptor, I believe. And, beautiful baby. And it had rooted hair, full limb doll. And I made $160 higher than what I paid. So that was incredible. I actually made money on that doll. Okay, so that was great. This was like 4 years ago, what had it be? And then the second reborn that I made money from was Evie by Laura Lee Eagles. And she was actually painted by Anna at Ling Reborn Nursery, but she was full limbed. And so I didn't really, I had her for a little bit. She was adorable, but again, for me, the babies, I like the cuddle babies best. So anyway, so I sold her on Mercari again. And she was about the same. I would say even a little more than that. I think I made $200 from that sale because I had purchased her off of Mercari. I didn't purchase her from Anna directly. I purchased her off of Mercari. And so I was the second mommy. And the lady just wanted to, do a quick sale. She just wanted to sell, kind of like what I do a lot of times, and that's why I lose money. But she just wanted to have a quick sale. So she was like, okay, I'll just take this, and so, it's kind of, you kind of get a bargain every once in a while, you just have to, that's why I always tell you guys to, keep in your save for later stuff and all that stuff. Keep looking back at the price because a lot of times people will, continuously drop the price. I happen to be lucky with that one. It happened to be a sold out limited edition kit with the COA, a full limb baby. And when I went to resell her, I made, I think, $200 off of that doll. So that was amazing. Those were amazing sales. And then the third one was an artist doll. And I had purchased the doll for dirt cheap on Macari again. I got her. She was in really great shape for this was like a vintage doll, okay? She was in really great shape for how old the doll was. She had her original outfit, but I don't think this is the doll that I'm talking about. I have that bunny, that little bunny, and I said that this is from a very special doll that I used to have back in the day, and I found her again in Mercari, and I purchased her for dirt cheap because, if on Mercari you could get a deal if people aren't collectors. Some people inherit their mom's collection, their grandma's collection, and they just want to sell it all off so that it goes to a good home. They make a few bucks, and that's it. So, and if people don't do their research to find out what something's worth before they list it, then they're not really going to know. So, got the doll home. The doll itself was in great condition, wiped it down. The doll had a mohair wig, so I washed it and I styled it. I washed the clothes on Delicate, the original dress and all that. But I don't think, for some reason, I'm thinking I kept the dress. I don't have it, so I don't know. I might have sold it separately. I'm not sure. Before. Because I usually, with original outfits of dolls that I feel I'm going to keep, I don't usually keep them the original outfit because I redress all the dolls. So it was pointless to keep that outfit at the time. But then, anyway, so somebody kept asking me, because I was posting pictures on Instagram, and someone kept asking me, I forgot who it was exactly, but it was the same girl. She kept asking me how the hold on one second, please. Okay, so at the time she had of course they're gonna beep now, but anyway, so she had seen the pictures that I had of this doll on Instagram, and I kept posting pictures and saying who the doll was, and she had asked me, she messaged me privately asking where she could find this doll. She said the doll is absolutely gorgeous. She would love to have a doll like that. She's never seen, a doll so pretty before, because the doll had a very, I want to say, I know it's going to sound odd, but a baby face, the doll had a very just cute baby face. It was a vinyl doll, but it looked like porcelain skin. Okay. But it wasn't pale like porcelain. It was, the baby was blushed, and just she had a very what's the word I'm looking for, vintage look to her face. But anyway, there's no other doll that looks like her. I've never seen another doll that looks like her. And at the time, back in the day, when these first came out brand new, this particular artist hardly made dolls in vinyl. She usually only did porcelain dolls. So maybe that's why her vinyl actually took on that look of the porcelain. But she did very few of these vinyl dolls that all had the same face sculpt, same exact face sculpt. Just she made ones with blue eyes and red hair, mohair. She did brown eyes with blonde mohair. She did green eyes with brown mohair. I remember she did a she did a couple different shades of the blue for the eyes but anyway, she would give them all a different name, and she would put them all in basically the same 4-piece vintage looking dress set with Mary Jane shoes and little lace socks. And they would all come with a little either bunny rabbit or teddy bear or something like that. And so she made it so that the doll was like a complete set, and a lot of the dolls as well back then, not only her, and by the way, that's a Pauline doll I'm talking about, Pauline Jacobson. but they would all have, it would be multi-layer. So they would have undergarments, and then they would have the like a t-shirt, or like an underdress, a slip. Then they would have, some of them would have tights or pantaloons. And then they would have, the actual dress itself, and then an apron on top of that. So they were very, very generous back then too, with the clothing and the materials they used. And well, sure, it wasn't, as nearly expensive to make anything as it is nowadays. But just the quality, and you knew what you were getting, and that's what made it extra exciting too, when you were expecting a doll then, was that you knew, like, it was just gonna be a good doll. Kind of like, I talk about like toys from the 80s. Like, you'll never you will never get a doll or a toy or anything that would be of the same standard or quality in today's day as they did back then, for the same price. Okay, so like back then, you would pay what? If you paid $20 for a Barbie doll back then, you're damn straight you're gonna get a high quality fashion doll. You are going to get a solid Mattel piece. Okay, you're gonna have the beautiful, luxurious, styled hair, and the little signature clear rhinestone stud earrings that were on just about every Barbie back then. And you just knew, that, and even the smell of the toys back then was a whole different ball game than it is today. Going to buy a doll at the store, it's just totally different. But anyway, so her head turns, side to side, so she can look how cute she looks. I named her Matilda. She's about I think she's 28 inches, they say on the listing, like on her you know original, there she is. So she's a pretty big baby. She's very heavy. She's weighted really nice. I would say 10 pounds, because her box was 14 pounds, I believe. And she didn't come with anything other than herself and her outfit and her box, which I knew, that's, so she's heavy. I would even say 9. I don't know, just to be safe, but she's heavy. And I've been kind of describing to you guys, like, she was a really, like, solid piece of rock or something, I don't know, in her torso. But as you, like, kind of see now, she's more pliable. So I could kind of, now she's more like, it feels like she has Play-Doh, kind of. And, she has the doe suede body. So she has a nice, and this is not like the doe suede of today, like on the Cuddle Babies or the, regular dolls, reborns. This is a very thick, soft, plush. This is more like a plush doe suede. Whereas the other ones are just regular, doe suede. This is definitely plush, very thick material. And then she has the full, well, I don't know, it's not full, it's 3/4, but now, I'm noticing that she has a little, didn't notice that. Oh, comes right off, because, so the nice thing about these are that they're the, well, there's a good and bad side to it, right? Just like with any doll. Or no, there may not be bad. I don't know. It really depends, right? So, I'm noticing a little, I don't know, pink mark on her, but I think I could get that off. I think so. So these dolls their limbs are hard vinyl, but they're hollow. So when it's high quality, but I mean, you hear. The bad thing about this is that, I don't know if you could see over the video, but she has multiple, like, scratches in the vinyl, which you can't see at a first glance. But obviously looking in the ring lights, and I see it. So they're not, like, they're very much surface scratches, so they're not like, it doesn't change the color of her skin. It just, you can just see the imprints of where the scratches have been. Which, you know, I mean, for a doll this old, you know, 23 years is a long time. Um, but even still, she probably sat in a cabinet for a large part of that. Um, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm noticing she has. I'm wondering if that's from my lipstick. Could be, Sandra. Could be, but she has a little. I don't know if you can even see it on there. Right there. Wait, right here. Yeah. Again, I don't know if you could see it. It's a really tiny. But the scratches, I don't know if they're picking up or not. Neither.
Where's Dad?
Huh?
Where's Dad?
Where's Dad? He. Oh. Okay. So I don't know if you could see it or not. You probably can't. But her complexion, I mean, look at this coloring on her cheek, guys. Look at her side glance. I mean, does this look like a 23-year-old doll to you? I mean, not to me. Well, let's cover this. I'm going to have to try and, you know, wipe that down. Because I don't want to, you know, if I try to scratch it off, then I might leave another scratch on her. So we'll try and, we'll just pull that down for now, girly. And then we'll check you out. And then, yeah, I don't think, well, her hands are sculpted really cute as well. And then she has tights on, so obviously can't show you her legs, but I put these cute Gymboree tights on her that have the bunny rabbits on the knee. You know, I guess they're Easter tights, you know, but, she'll keep them on probably till Easter, because I'm not really gonna be changing the toddlers all that much. And then this is her Gymboree ruffled skirt that I had showed in an earlier video. And then she has a Gymboree sweater, beautiful purple sweater, and it has little rhinestones at the top, 3 of them. Hold on. Okay, so she has this adorable outfit on. She'll probably, like I said, be in this till Easter, and then I'll leave the tights and just put her Easter dress on, unless I find little socks. But I think, you know, I was thinking of getting another pair of tights or 2 for the other girls, because I think that would be kind of cute that they all have the same tights. And then if I get them each a different colored dress that's in the tights, like do a light pink for one of them, and then a blue or a purple, because there's a purple flower, a blue one, a pink one, and then a yellow one. And we all know that I am not buying a yellow dress for my dolls. So, you know, I could do like a pink, a blue, and a purple. And that would be really cute for the girls. But again, you know, I hate buying like, because this is mostly, obviously, all purple. And so I hate, like, thinking that I'm gonna, you know, spend money on buying a fully purple dress now that I have this, you know. So I don't know. I mean, it could go for like a print as well. So I'm hoping to find the girls, maybe do 1 solid, 2 prints, because you know, you can't always, you can't, I'm not gonna be able to sit them for a Easter photo or anything like that if they each have a crazy floral print going on, or, you know, I'm not going to sit them next to each other if they have stripes, solid, polka dot. I'm not going to do that. So I got to kind of see what they have on sale too at the time, because Easter is fast approaching, guys. Easter is either on Danny's birthday or it's the day after. I think it's the day after. So that would be that. That would mean that it is on April 5th. So I believe Easter is on April 5th this year. So that is very, very fast approaching. Okay. Um, so, you know, gotta get the Easter dresses. I want to get I also want to find them some cute little kind of like handbag, little Easter purses, you know, like my mom used to get for me and my sisters, with the matching little like you know, Mary Jane shoes. I have, I want to say no, I don't have white. I don't know. It's really hard to unless you bring your doll with you to the store, it's really hard to find them shoes that are going to fit properly unless you I mean, just bring I mean, I might bring her to the store with me, who knows. I'll probably get a bunch of people, you know, staring me down and be like, like look, she has a but this doll, to be honest with you, would look really cool sitting in the top of the cart, you know, with her legs through the shopping cart because she's like the perfect size for that. And the way she's weighted, she would sit up perfectly, you know, um in the cart. So that would be kind of cool. Okay, guys. So, what?
You want some baked potatoes?
No, there no. Anyway, so yeah, she's looking so cute with this hairstyle. So let me just show you. She wants to show you her little dolly, and then we'll move on to the picking a winner for the giveaway. So here's her dolly. Well, it's Danny's dolly, Ragatha. And she is wearing the same. Oh no, I don't know if I want that now. I don't know. I mean, is there? Hold on. Okay, so she wants to show. Excuse me. Okay, now Matilda got a little shy because she wants to show everybody her dolly. But Jason's putting on the fan now, so yeah. So here you see all the mohair that's going onto her sweater. See, I had to pin the sweater. I had to do the same for Maggie, because obviously the neck part is a little bit too big for the dolls. But it's a beautiful sweater, and I'm so glad I grabbed both of these when they were on sale. Okay, so did I order them at the same time? I think I did. I think so. Okay. So Matilda wants to show everybody her little dolly that actually is Danny's dolly. But she's wearing the same outfit as her. So we thought it was really cool. So she has on the same purple bow. And she has on the purple dress like she does. And she was wearing navy blue Mary Janes, but I took them off because I wanted you guys to see her tights, because they do have here, why don't you stop being so shy and show everybody your little dolly. Okay, come on. Yeah, so Danny let them borrow the toys because they don't really have any of their own. Well, they have a couple of bunnies. I think they have. Oh, and the rattle. I gave Maggie the little lamb rattle. Oh, wait, it's a bunny now. Remember, it's a bunny. Thought it was a lamb, but it's really turned out to be a bunny. So, see, her dolly has the same hair bow and outfit as her. So, that's her little dolly. Now, if you remember me showing you guys this around Christmas time, this is actually supposed to be like the modernized Raggedy Ann. So they even tell like the backstory in the show. So this is meant to be Raggedy Ann. Believe it or not, yeah, very different looking Raggedy Ann for in today's day. Very different, but you know. Anyway, so Danny was nice enough to let Matilda borrow that dolly. and Maggie is holding Pomni, and Pomni's that clown that she looks a little frightened, and she should be because Maggie's holding her, and Maggie's a little troublemaker in this house. So, no, I'm not. Yes, you are, Maggie. Stop playing. Stop playing games.
I'm not a troublemaker. I'm just very opinionated.
All right. Okay. So, Danny. Danny? Where's Danny now?
Man.
Can you please ask him to come out here? I just want him to grab Maggie for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we're going to grab Maggie, and I'm going to hold Maggie while we start folding the giveaway so I wrote everybody's names because there wasn't, there's only I think 10 or 11, like I said. I wrote everybody's names on little pieces of paper, and I'm going to show you everybody's name. We're going to fold them up. I'm going to put them in our magic ball, and then we're going to shake them all up. We're going to dump it in the Valentine's bag, and then we're going to have Danny pick the winner. Aren't we, Danny? So, I was just showing everybody. Well, Matilda was showing her. Yes, Matilda was showing everybody how she matches Ragatha. And so Maggie wanted to show everybody. Let's put Matilda here. Uh-oh. Oh, she's not even heavy.
I'm not even heavy, Danny. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, you look, peekaboo, guys. Haha. It's me, Maggie. It's me, Maggie. And I took Danny's dolly, his little Pomni. Look how scared Pomni looks when I'm holding her. Danny, why do you think that she looks so scared?
And she doesn't like you.
What? What do you mean she doesn't like me? Everybody likes me. I'm Maggie.
Not true.
That is so true. Wait, where are you going? Where are you going? Danny,
What?
I thought you were going to pick the Valentine's winner.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm not ready yet.
Well, then I'm going back in my
No,
room.
you don't need to, though. You could stay out here. You could just stay out here for a little bit. Come on, Mom was nice enough. She played it with you all day and all night. Playing Roblox and, yeah, and we even made a movie. We made a Ragatha movie.
Actually, it's a game on Roblox that me and Danny were playing last night. Usually we play just Fashion Famous, but he was showing me this new movie maker magic game or something.
No, it's my movie.
Oh, My Movie is called. It was so cool because you can make the movie like frame by frame.
But no.
You could add pictures and then add text to it.
You can move them.
Yeah, so you would search up so we put on it. It was really cute. Did you save it? So I wish
Just saved.
I wish I could show you guys. So it was like we put the characters Pomni and Ragatha in there.
You can see.
These and then we put the and then
Danny.
it was really cute. Then I put a picture of a Barbie dream house in the middle of the two of them, and it looked like they were playing like Barbies in one of the scenes. And then we had like the mom Ragatha of the Ragdoll, like Raggedy Ann grown up, and she said, it's way past your bedtime, you better be going to sleep. And then the one said, oh, we don't have to listen to you, old lady. It was just funny.
Did we play this with
And-
Wells?
I don't remember, but anyway, so yeah, this is the rattle that I thought was a lamb, and then when I got it, I realized it was a rabbit. So because it came like this with the ears, and they were like pinned like that, so it looked like, I don't know, looked like a lamb to me. But what I'm realizing is the bunny's ears are backwards, so that's why they had them like that probably. So the inside of the bunny's ears are like a soft peach color, but they're backwards, so I don't know. But
These are
anyway,
supposed to be down.
well, they're not though. Anyway,
Just
so now what?
Just show 'em.
What? No, because I'm sure
the ones
you
that
have your
copyrighted.
no. because you have your fingers all over that tablet.
No?
No, he uses the keyboard.
Yeah, I used the keyboard.
No, still. I'm not showing anybody until you like
I'm gonna
clean
see.
that screen.
You made this as
So,
funny. Oh no.
so Maggie is going to.
What am I gonna do? Don't tell anybody what I'm gonna do. You asked me first, okay? Because I may not want to do it. All right? Because I'm not doing. I'm not doing it.
All right, Maggie, come on. You look adorable, Maggie. Okay, look. Okay, there you go. You see? You have your bangs, although we have to fix your hair a little better than that. She's wearing the pink Gymboree sweater, pink headband, and I put the silver little skirt on her because it matches the rhinestones. So she's the silver skirt. Then she has gray tights and the little silver shoes with the bows on them. Okay, so I was gonna put the glittery silver headband to match the shoes, but I thought it was too dressy. It was too dressy. Okay, Maggie, so we're gonna sit Maggie over here. Oh, and just before we start folding the giveaway things, I brought baby Danielle here, but I'll just bring her on last after we do the giveaway. And just so you guys can see her. But I wanted to say too, if you guys were lucky enough to watch yesterday's video before I deleted it, just know that the clothing bundle did sell. So that is already sold. In case anybody was wondering about that, it's sold rather quickly. And I had no doubt for the price I was asking, because I always give such fabulous deals, darling. Just fabulous. Okay. So, this has nothing to... I don't even know why that is out. Okay. So, this is what we're going to do. I have the papers here with everybody's names on them that entered. Hold on. I'm going to have you pick. Hold on. And then I have an empty ball. So, you know how I like my balls, all right? This is a very big ball right here. Very big ball. Love balls. Love this big giant ball. We're going to put the names in the ball. We're going to have Danny shake up the ball.
Come on.
And then we're going to empty the ball into this Happy Valentine's Day bag, because I think it will be easier to pick and there's nothing in there, to pick a winner from that ball. I mean, not from the ball, in the bag. Because if we're shaking it up, I guess we could put, let's see how much the ball gets filled up. All right, let's see. So, Danny, I might be a few. So you can, if you want, go inside and I'll call you when I'm ready. Okay. So. Okay, so we're going to, my eyes are so bad right now. I'm trying to seal the names here. So, one second. Okay, guys, so, in no particular order. I was just, these are, like, I'm trying to make sure that we got everybody, because these are very sticky. But we're going to go over them right now, and we're going to put them in there, okay? So, these are not numbered. Usually I do like a numbered giveaway list where I write everybody's name down, which I did do that. I wrote everybody's name down and everybody had a number next to them. But I kind of wanted to just switch it up because I always pull a number and then we look on the list. So there wasn't that many people. So we're just going to, I just wrote everybody's name instead of numbers and having to check back. So as soon as I pull whatever I pull out, you'll know who wins by the name on it. So, I'm kind of doing this backwards. So, the first person that you see is actually the last one that entered. And then the last person you see is the first one that entered. So, just a little backwards thing there. So, the very last person to have entered my giveaway. Here, oh wait, you could see the name. I don't know if you could see it, because it's going to be backwards, obviously, because of the... Anyway. The very last person to enter my giveaway was no other than Christina. So we're going to fold Christina's name, darling, and put her in the ball of shame. You're now going in here, Christina. Actually, I think I'll fold them in half and then this way half. Otherwise, there's going to be two. Okay. So that is, you're going now into the ball of shame. For being the last person to enter my giveaway, darling. Then we have Melinda. So we're going to fold you, Melinda, and put you in there. In the ball you go. Okay. Then we have Melanie. And I only put first names, guys, because I don't know if anybody, really wants me to broadcast last names. And not only that, I didn't have two of the same name. So, easy and easier to write, just the one name. So that's going in the ball. Then we have Michelle. I mean, so you basically know who you are because, well, no, I bet. Oh, I see. This is Michelle Hatton. So Michelle H. I should write that on there, but I don't have another Michelle in here. But I know I have another viewer named Michelle, but she goes by something else on here anyway. So, this is Michelle Hatton. Okay. The other Michelle did not enter this giveaway. Which she probably just, and there you go into the ball. She probably just didn't see it in time, I'm thinking. She actually, unless she didn't enter on purpose, because I think that's your name. She's the one that won the Christmas giveaway, the holiday giveaway that me and Christina had. I think her name is Michelle. Now I'm not sure, because I think on your email it said Terry. But I remember you also going by Michelle. I don't know. Maybe one's your middle name. I don't know. One you go by, one you, I don't know, do business by. Who knows? Anyway, that's Michelle Hatton that entered. Then we have Tracy. So there you go, Tracy. We're folding you in there. You're going to go in there. And then we have, oh, see, got to make sure. Okay. And then we have Sherry. Sherry baby. Now we know who Sherry is. All right. Oh, yeah, that's right. 1 and then 2. Okay. And then we have Alicia. And we all know Alicia. And that is Padme Padawan, Little Reborns. And they are actually, her and Tony are actually now in, oh my gosh, they are getting on the transplants list in, oh my God, she told me today. Maybe, see, Jason knows more, I think, in West Virginia.
I think that's what they said.
Oh my gosh.
Virginia or West Virginia.
I am so sorry, Alicia, because I did the same thing in yesterday's video. I couldn't think of where you had told me, and then you had commented, but then I deleted my video, so I don't even know. I should have wrote it down. Didn't even know. Okay, into the ball you go. All right. Then we have Maribette over at Maribette's Little Angels. Hey, Maribette. Gem, it's truly outrageous. I said it's. Is it? No, they say Gem is truly outrageous. And I'm saying Gem because Maribette got me that beautiful Gem mug for my birthday. So in you go. And then we have Kathy. And you will see Kathy down below in a lot of my comments. Kathy is another one next to Alicia that leaves multiple comments throughout the video. So thank you so much, Kathy. Always nice to see somebody, commenting so regularly. Love it. And even people that don't, of course, yeah. You know by now, guys. I love you all. Love you all. Then we have second to last is Amanda with Wawa's Angels Nursery. And please go check out her dollies for sale, her reborns for sale. She has a reborns.com page that you could go find all of her amazing babies on. And she is going into the ball. And certainly, last but not least, certainly not least, is my dear friend Suzanne. So there you are, Suzanne. And Suzanne and I chat on Instagram a lot. You know, just check in on each other and say, hey, how you doing? And show our dollies to one another. And she's just been a really great supporter of my channel as well for quite a while now, Suzanne, right? If I'm not mistaken, because you're definitely not a new face around here. So, into the ball. Now, then we are going to close the ball, and we are going to shake it up. I was trying to find the other end because it slipped away, darling, slipped away. Okay. So here we go. I give it a little shake. Twist and shake, twist and shout. Twist and shout. Woo, 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 woo. Giveaway ball. It's the giveaway ball. Yeah. Giveaway. Giveaway ball. Woo. Giveaway. You want to sing it? Come on, sing.
Giveaway, gonna get a giveaway.
Okay.
Give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. Okay.
Give it away,
So,
give it away.
all right. So we are going to now open the ball and dump it into this beautiful Valentine's Day bag. So we're going to... Oh! Okay. Didn't want all of those. All right. I don't want to look. I don't want to touch. I don't want to... All right. We are just going to now... Oh, I looked. I better twirl them around again. I better shake this up again. All right. Danny, you want to come pick our winner? Yes. All right. Danny is going to pick the winner. So, what do they win? Pomni? No. This is a beautiful prize. I'm not going to give you mine, but if that's what the winner chooses, darlings. Okay. So, ready? Give it one more last twirl. If you want to just, wait, reach in the bag. Go ahead. Reach in the bag. Danny's not looking. He's reaching in the bag. Pull us out one name. One name.
This one?
I don't know. I'm not looking. Wait, let me feel. Go. Is it one? Is it one? Is it one? Yeah, it's one.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Danny. Read the name. Oh, you can't say it. Go ahead. Say it.
Say it with me.
1, 2, 3. Maribeth! Congratulations, Maribeth. So you are the lucky winner of the Valentine's Day giveaway. Congratulations. And you heard Jason. So congratulations, Maribeth. Come on, Danny. You could say her name. My son, he's always so like shy to say, come on. He went back inside. Anyway, congratulations, Maribeth. Thank you for entering my fun short and sweet giveaway. So now contact me and we will go from there. And same thing still applies, you know. We'll discuss the price, and then after, you know, it'll be ready to be sent out, shipped, or whatever we decide on the 1st of March. And if I happened to reach my 900 subscribers by March 1st, then the prize value will be doubled, darling. So I will be rooting for you, and let's see how it goes. If I don't reach 900 by March 1st, no big deal. We will just do another giveaway when I do reach 900. So, again, congrats, and contact me, Merbet, okay? So, really?
I got burned, sorry.
Jason is making some spicy, what is it?
I don't know,
Creamy
ranch.
buffalo ranch spiral noodles. It's like a cheese type sauce, but it's a little spicy. It's got a little kick. I didn't think it was really spicy at all last time. I mean, they say it's buffalo spicy, but it's really not. And then we have some sour cream, so that'll go really good on there. But I think we're gonna open up a pack of like what is it? Not shredded chicken. What the hell is it? Not chicken in a can.
Yeah,
Chicken in a bag.
yeah,
A pouch of chicken. And that's gonna just go into the it's kind of like a hot mac and cheese, I guess, in a way, with chicken and sour cream on it. So, and of course, anything with sour cream is good. So, you know. Anyway, okay, Maribeth, contact me. Congrats again. So happy for the winner. Yay! Woohoo! And thank you to all of you who entered the giveaway. And like I said, there's always going to be another giveaway around the corner, because on my channel here on Little Meatballs Nursery, we love to give and give and give. So that's it for today's video, guys. I'm just going to bring Danielle on real quick so you can just see my baby. As long as this toddler over here stays put, and she's not. Look at her. Look at her. Maggie, get your feet out of your sister's neck. Come on.
No, I don't have to. I'm not listening. You won't listen. No, I won't. Who's gonna make me? You? Are you gonna make me listen, huh? Not you, new girl. I've been here way longer than you have, even though I'm new. I've been here way longer than you have, and you're not gonna do that, okay? So, yeah. I'm the queen of this house. So, move over, newbie.
That's not nice, Maggie. Okay. So, here is Danielle Carmela, and she is going to say goodbye. She's going to close out the video for today. But I will be back, and of course, Jason just had to clear his throat right before we leave.
That was nothing.
So anyway, so we will be back probably Friday for Friday chat. I think tomorrow I'm gonna give a break to the YouTube. That's what Danny is about, YouTube. It's for the YouTube. Because, you know, I've been doing video after video, even though either they don't make it up or they don't stay up. I've still been spending the time to do them. So, think I'm just gonna take a little break tomorrow. And I did mention quickly before we go, I mentioned yesterday that I am waiting for a Kate Quinn haul. So watch for that. That should be coming. Although I don't know if they've gotten any quicker lately, but whenever I order from them, they seem to take forever. So hopefully that won't be too much longer before they ship. I don't even think they shipped it yet. And then my reborn baby from Anna. So that's going to be a surprise for everyone too. And wanted to just give a quick shout out to Tony Patterson, I believe her last name is, because Tony had reached out to me in the comments under one of my videos and asked where she could get herself one of these babies. And so I pointed her in the right direction towards Anna, and she messaged me yesterday on Instagram thanking me for pointing her in the right direction, and that she now has 2 of Anna's dolls. So always nice to know. And, you know, she's enjoying those dolls, and she says the work is incredible in person. And so we're going to go now. So say goodbye, Danielle. Yeah, she's still sleeping. So
Wow.
I will see you guys all on Friday for Friday chat. So until then, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day, evening, whatever it is over there. And enjoy your Thursday. And I will see you next time on Little Meatballs Nursery. Bye-bye, everybody. Oh, wait, almost forgot. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, tell your friends. And we'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye. Take care.